from this standpoint. A whole hour, an entire hour and 15-minute interview. I listen from the opening to the closing because I like Coogan. I like IFL TV. Salute to IFL TV and my brother Coogan Cassius. So I listened to the entire stream, right? And so, right. And so now, not one time did they even fancy the possibility that if Wilder wins, Anthony Joshua fights Deontay Wilder because it's about undisputed. Remember, Anthony Joshua said, it's not about the man, it's not about the boxer himself, it's about the belts and my legacy. Remember he said that? Immediately following his post-fight press conference with Kubrat Pulev, after beating Kubrat Pulev. That's what he said. And just on, as I told you guys, hey, listen, y'all ain't got to listen to somebody, but y'all going to start listening to Blue. Be that bitch, peace and blessings, Queen. Y'all don't got to listen, but y'all going to start listening to Blue. As I told you guys, on cue, Terrell Sanderfield, my brother Super Chat, what's up, Blue? We already know what it is. Hashtag, yes, sir. So, on cue, as I told you guys, what did I tell you guys? All of a sudden, you're going to start to hear other names pop up. And right on cue, I don't know what's going to happen with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Let me break that down to you. I don't know about Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua fighting in December. Now let me break that down to you. That's what he said. So now let me just break that down to you, right? If Tyson Fury loses to Deontay Wilder, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, right?
Right. We don't know what's going to happen if Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury. We don't know. And to counterpunch what Blueblood Sports TV said, I do agree that Anthony Joshua did say it's about whoever has the belt. And remember, the consistency is the key. When Anthony Joshua was after the WBC, when Deontay Wilder had it, what did we have? We had failed negotiations. We had a huge DAZN deal that fell right through, okay? Due to Team Wilder, they did not want to, they didn't want to accept the money, okay? They claimed, and he claims, as you guys know, if you've seen the video, that Skip wanted to lowball him. Like, what's the lowball about $100 million? Like, and Shelly Finkel said it himself. Well, we don't know how much while Joshua was getting. We went through all that. So if I'm Eddie Hearn and I went through that shit storm with Team Wilder, right? What are the chances of making a fight with somebody that knows they hate my guts? This is not any excuses. This is reality. These are track records of things and events that has already happened. Now, if Eddie Hearn wants to give him 50%, that's one thing. But we have to understand this. First of all, Blueblood's jumping the gun. I know he's a Wilder fan, and I know he's hopeful that Wilder wins, okay? But that's not guaranteed. Not saying I don't want him to win. I'm just saying you have to take one moment at a time. You can't be focused, oh, well, he's going to fight Joshua. Oh, Joshua's already ducking him. Dude, Joshua, first of all, got to fight Usyk. Deontay Wilder has to fight Tyson Fury. Why are we talking about Wilder fighting Joshua on the premise that he beats Fury? Fury goes in there and blows Wilder. All this shit don't matter anyway. Counterpunch. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, Wilder's working hard in the gym, you know. Shout out to Deontay Wilder for putting up an effort to show us that he wants to win this fight. He's doing a Rocky 3 in retrospect, people, right? So that's that. But that doesn't guarantee he's going to win. So if he doesn't win, why are we talking about that? I think They're jumping the gun. It's disrespectful for them to overlook Tyson Fury as though, oh, he cheated that much. Come on, man. But the third fight, there can be no excuses for cheating. And I'm going to leave that there. But as far as him talking about Eddie Hearn, he was listening to Coogan talk, listen to Coogan interview Eddie Hearn, and not one time they mentioned Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is not a factor in this scenario. He's not. You know what I mean? He's not a factor in the scenario. He's the guy that fucked everything up. And he's the guy that primarily fucked everything up, because he could have been that guy. They could have fought years ago. They could have agreed to that money. See, one thing that got me about this whole debacle between Joshua and Wilder. Wilder handled that whole situation wrong. He did. He offered 12 million. He went to he told them how much they offered him, 12.5. Who wouldn't want that money? Who got paid more money than that ever? Come on, man. Think about that. Besides, they gave Wilder more money, 12.5. That's almost $13 million. Who got that? Did Joseph Parker get it? No. Did Charles Martin get it? No. I don't even know how much Vlad got, right? Because I know they fought for the WBA. You know what I mean? But besides, after did anybody or those other guys that were on the level of Wilder or whatever, did they get $13 million or $12.5 million? No, they weren't offered that. And see, Eddie Hearn is not concerned about a fighter that he's had failed negotiations with, because his thing is, hey, we had a deal in place for Tyson Fury, not Wilder. Wilder ain't the WBC champion, so why are we fucking talking about Deontay Wilder? We're not talking about... Deontay Wilder's the former WBC champion. He's fighting for his opportunity back. If he gets it back, that's a whole nother story. But why are we jumping? Why are we jumping conclusions? Again, we have to see what the man can do. You think Wilder's worried about Joshua? Wilder's worried about Fury. While they're already saying, oh, Joshua's willing to duck Wilder, because that's the narrative. They think Joshua ducked Wilder, sending him sending this motherfucker $100 million, and he's still ducking him. On top of knowing when Tyson Fury pulled his skip out on Wilder, Wilder then took to the media and said, hey, you know what? Joshua offered me more money than you. So how the fuck is he skipping you? See, like, stuff like that doesn't make sense. But then you got Blueblood saying, oh, well, no, they gonna duck Wilder. No, it's not that. It's the fact that, why are we worried about Wilder when Wilder's not a factor yet? When Wilder was a factor, he didn't want it. Wilder didn't want that smoke. He didn't want it. He wanted Fury for whatever fucking reason, I don't know. If he claimed the count was long, he still got the belt anyway. So what's his beef? He didn't want that right now. He wanted to stall because he knew, I'm going to beat Fury easier this time. But it backfired on his ass. And when it backfired, here we go. This is the problem. Another stalled fucking year went by. The whole year went by. And now they're just now getting around to fighting again, just like they did in 18. Just like they did in 20. Now we're in 21. They're doing the same shit. Why? Because Deontay Wilder thought that he was going to do something earlier like he did in the round 12 in 2018, which it backfired on. He got the brakes beat off of him, so they had to make all kind of other shit up. Hey, and shout out to all the Wilder fans for believing all the bullshit, because you guys made it possible for that man to have a mental positive state of mind that think he was cheated. They helped you. Congratulations. But at the end of the day, he still has to fight this motherfucker for the third time. While Blueblood's worried about Anthony Joshua. Don't worry about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's going to worry about Usyk. You let Wilder worry about Fury. And then if both of those guys come out of that, then we can talk about that. That's too far down the road. Eddie Hearn said, I don't even know about a Tyson Fury fight, so why is he fathoming a fucking Deontay Wilder fight with all the bullshit that he'd had? Let's put it this way. You think Tyson Fury would have turned down a deal of $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua if it was offered to him? Counterpunch. That's the question you ask yourself. If that money was sent, an offer to Tyson Fury for him not even being a champion since he's the lineal champion, right? If that money was offered to him just like the Zone offered, you think he would have took it or not? Even though he had his own deal at the time, you know what I'm saying? He had a big deal of his own. You know what I mean? But he had a choice, right? But Wilder had no reason to not take that deal. Then when he got beat up, and then he thought, oh shit, he's leaving me to fight with Joshua, then he's gonna let the cat out of the bag. So when Eddie Hearn heard that, what did Eddie Hearn do? Eddie Hearn was like, I thought we fucking ducked you. So it may be, just maybe, Blue, that Eddie Hearn don't really want to fuck with Deontay Wilder no more. He might, and he's thinking about not fucking with Tyson Fury. That's what he said. He said the other day, Anthony Joshua said he ain't gonna negotiate with Tyson Fury no more. So there you go. That's consistency. That's something that he said that Eddie Hearn looks like it follows along the lines of what he said. I can't find the shit online. Not saying it ain't a lie, but I can't find it. Right? He said it though. So he might as well be the source. So there you go. Okay, so before we get all carried away with, oh, Anthony Joshua's going to duck Deontay Wilder, what, send him 5 more fucking contracts where he denies them and then still calls him a ducker and let somebody else beat the shit out of him, take the belt if he gets the belt back? And then that guy skips out on him and then he'll fuck around and say, Joshua gave me more money. Oh, Counterpunch. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that, my review. You guys tell me what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.